Hey guys, Scott Fishman here. Today we have a great guest. He's the DOA, the Director of Authority for Impact Wrestling. I don't know if it's interim or permanent. Santino Marella, how are you today?
Oh, very good. Thank you so much.
So, it was such a great surprise to see you coming back to the company. You've worked over the years with them on and off. Talk about just how this kind of came about, what motivated you to get back on TV on in a regular capacity, because we have only seen you, cameos here and there, but now we're kind of seeing you more frequently. So, what kind of motivated you? Was it just the atmosphere that kind of got you started again, lit that fire?
No, it's really just timing in my personal life. I have small children at home, 1 and 4, and just wanted to spend as much time as possible with them. And I was kind of shooting for the end of the year to kind of get back out there and in the business. But talk to Scott, the opportunities, the timing was good, and we jumped on board, and I absolutely love it. So timing's everything. It's a great company. Again, like you said, I've been around a couple times as a guest, and I knew it'd be an awesome place to work. And stars lined up, so we're back, and the fact that I get to be Santino is amazing.
You talk about that. I mean, it's like riding a bike, it seems, for you. I mean, it was so amazing that when he found out that you were going to be able to use your name and the character. How was it kind of stepping into Santino's shoes again? Is there anything that you're kind of changing about the character that we've seen it?
No, I'm gonna be exact, genuine article. I've always, like for example, you do cameos and stuff, so I always do them in character. So it's not like I have, I've been practicing the character, so to speak. Um, yeah, and just instead of being a knockoff, the fact that I get to be the genuine article and be Santino is the icing on the cake for sure.
And you have the copyright. I mean, you have the likeness and everything. So was that kind of a challenge to do? I mean, were you surprised that you were able to get that done? And
I know the company got that, so um, just as a habit, they when they have former WWE guys, they check the trademark, and it happened to be available as of 2021. So the
wow.
company on it, and now, yeah, they own it. So they're letting me use it. So it's awesome.
It's amazing to see the Cobras again. I mean, I was at the Impact tapings in Kissimmee in Orlando, and just seeing you come out and seeing them for sale. It's just pretty surreal to see that.
I don't know when I'll be distributing or administering the first Cobra, but yeah, it's always with me. So
As far as your role with Impact, are there chances of you getting in the ring as well if things kind of get heated, maybe between you and Bully or another someone who gets out of line?
not with Bully, he's crazy. But no, I can wrestle a little bit. Yeah, I got some injuries, and it really just depends on if I, how meticulous I am with my rehab, prehab. I got a bad back, and I got to really warm it up. And I can't do it consistently, but I can do a match here and there if need be.
Is there anyone that, now you're embracing the company, who would that person be if you were to have a match with
Oh
on
God,
the roster?
you know what? There's actually so much good talent. I haven't thought about that actually. I'm gonna have to think about. I mean, of course, I'd like to wrestle Josh, but again, he chops pretty hard, so I'm not here to get beaten up.
Maybe Johnny Swinger or someone like
The Johnny Swinger, yeah,
he has an
yeah,
interesting
probably, yeah.
gimmicks. As far as what would you say is the locker room? I mean, you've been in other locker rooms before. How would you kind of compare it? You've even just a couple years ago, it seems like Impact has evolved so much over the years. You're seeing a lot of different new faces. Always new faces coming in, especially at the TV tapings. You never know who you're going to see. So for you, what's the vibe like from as a veteran and
Yeah, no, it's an awesome locker room, and they really get it. A locker room is supposed to be a mix of young guys and older guys. The older guys got to help teach because it's a constant education, and if it's all guys that went through the same system and had the same education, there's no teaching because rookies can't teach rookies, right? But in this case, it's a really nice balance, and it's a fun locker room. It's a positive. There's no locker room cancers. Nobody's complaining. It's just an upbeat locker room, and that's the way it's supposed to be because you should be grateful. If you're a professional wrestler for a living, man, I hope you're grateful.
And one of the great things about you is you're such a great improv person. You're such a great entertainer when the camera light's on. But a lot of the younger talent, they're so focused on the in ring, the moves, having a good match. So, what have you kind of been able to contribute in that sense from a behind the scenes perspective? Is there anyone that you kind of have taken under your wing and kind of helped in that kind of department?
Well, I'm not a coach per se.
Right.
I do talk to guys about storytelling, and sometimes some of the wrestlers they're so in a particular moment of time in a match, there's an emotion associated with that match. Are you nervous? Are you angry? Are you worried because you may have injured something? Are you getting frustrated? Whatever it is. So when doing that, whatever move or wherever you are in the match, just try and remember the associated emotion with that moment of time. Sometimes guys forget about that, and that goes a long way in contributing to the overall story.
Definitely. Um, as we're going on the next couple of weeks, how long is this kind of are you a recurring character? Have you committed to, multiple years?
I'm here. I'm here. And I'm here. Period. Yeah. I'm not as long as they'll have me.
Okay, awesome. That's great to hear. Of course, Impact, they're going on, they've been hitting the road a lot. So they're going back to Canada and not, in a couple months. How excited are you for that? What can you tell us about, your own, you've helped train so many at your own facility. So, any talk about kind of more collaborations on that end and helping as kind of like a developmental system?
Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, man, but I always wanted to be some form of developmental system. And we'll talk about that more as I get settled in. But Battle Arts Academy, I talked to Scott and said, how about we become an official retail outlet, and we can do like well they have BTI before the Impact, but something like a AAA league, and all the extras that are going to be there. The majority of them are my students, and there's definitely a really good relationship. It's been going on for quite some time, even with Destiny, Impact. They would film some digital content at Battle Art. So we've been working together just at a little bit of a smaller scale for quite some time. But now that I'm part of the team, hopefully we can do bigger things for sure.
Uh, as the DOA, what can viewers expect in the next couple of weeks from you and the interactions that you're going to have and the quote impact that you're going to be making on the television show?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you see me? I thought I lost you for a second.
No, you're
Yeah, I'm here to bring comedy, comic relief, but also some, like what's the word? Oh, we're having a word blank. Some structure to the show, with consistency, with treatment, and I have to be an authority figure as well. So, if there's any bad guys that think the rules don't apply to them, I got to make sure that the rules do in fact apply to them.
How proud of you are having your daughter following your footsteps?
Yeah, well, she's gonna surpass anything I ever did in the business in the next few years, and it's so fun to watch.
Are we going to see Santina perhaps and the Knockouts division?
Oh, I hope not. I,
uh,
I,
really, I think she did pretty well.
she'll do very
She's
well.
won her battle royal or two. She's had some
She
success.
irritates backstage.
What was that?
She's very irritating backstage.
Oh, true. I don't know. I think she'd be a little scared of Jordan Grace or Masha, so maybe that wouldn't go very well. um, what as far as Impact Wrestling, you say you're committed to this company. What do you kind of want to see from this as it kind of rebuilds and takes the next step? This has been years in the making where they're kind of rebuilding from past. Maybe the viewers had bad taste in their mouths, but they're earning one fan at a time here. They're putting in the work. They're having great matches, great storytelling. It's definitely about visibility, but for you as a veteran and someone who wants to see this company succeed, what would you kind of like to see? Maybe something that they're not doing or taking advantage of enough? I mean, from your vantage point.
I'm a big fan of the Mean Gene Okerlund type interview backstage. Just a little quick interview. Um, there's little things that I would do, like I would say the time of the victory, 10 seconds of the or sometimes the referee can and or saying win it by sim bat sports, and also to give people rankings because sometimes you don't have to have a storyline. If it's a number 7 guy facing a number 6 guy, and the guy who wins this is going to face the number 3 guy, that's a storyline. That's easily understood and digested, and people are trying to work their way up the ladder and hopefully get a shot for the title.
Mhm.
So little things like that.
Sorry,
I,
before you were talking about the ranking system, it kind of broke up. So can you just kind of one more time with I think you said something with the officiating or.
no, you don't need a story for every single match as long as there's someone trying to climb the ladder to get a championship opportunity. That's a built-in story for everybody.
And lastly, just being back, just talk about what it means to you, what you want out of this run. Did you kind of consider this a last run for you, or is this kind of just middle of the road and just kind of for the future, what you want to see moving forward, and also how fans can follow you and stay on top of everything going on with your life and your career.
Yeah, I never really left the business. I just transitioned, pivoted from entertainer to coach, and then I guess I was a promoter a little bit just to give my students some shows, but I don't enjoy that. So now I'm back on screen, and in the future, maybe I'll be a coach again at a different capacity or producer down the road. I kind of realized I'm going to be in this business for life, so I got more kids on. I got a 4-year-old who wants to be a wrestler one day, so I guess I got to stick around now.
Gotcha. There's your motivation right there.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, friend Santino. Santino, it's great talking to you today and catching up and kind of looking forward to seeing what's next for you. Definitely an entertaining part of Impact Wrestling right now. So very cool to see. I love these unexpected moments that we're creating here.
yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't change much in the program. I think it's really solid. Of course, we just want to get into some
More
more
eye.
help
That's what I was gonna say. More eyeballs.
because if we are, the product speaks for itself.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. All right. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right.